All right, guys, I promise to bring updates faster than yesterday. So I say I go bring this update before I go to sleep, you understand? So today happened to be day 5 of today happened to be day 4 of Cassie Ventura's testimony and cross-examination. But of course, when I say today now day 5 of Puff Diddy's Combs case with the federal government, my people. So I go just read the update for now. So just pay attention. All right. So Ventura is back on the stand today. The jury is entering and Cassie Ventura is back on the witness stand. Okay. So today happened to be day 5 of the case as it started on Monday, but today is day 4 for Ventura's testimony. Okay, my people. So defense attorney Anna Estavo is picking back up where she left off yesterday, questioning Cassie Ventura about Sean Diddy Combs' drug use around the time of the Intercontinental altercation in March 2016. Estavo asked if Ventura told investigators in previous interview that Combs was blacked out during that incident. Today, Ventura said, "I believe he was intoxicated," and said everyone's perception of a blackout is different. Okay? The jury just saw a message Cassie Ventura sent to her former boyfriend Sean Diddy Combs on March 10, 2016, in which she described the abuse. She said, "When you get effed up the wrong way, you always want to show me that you have the power and you knock me around. I'm not a rag doll. I'm someone's child," the message, which was read aloud in court, said. So here is what else Ventura and Combs tested each other days after hotel altercation. Okay, that's that viral video. The jury saw messages between Cassie Ventura and Sean Diddy Combs from a couple days after the Intercontinental altercation in March 2016. In the messages, Combs expressed desire to engage sexually with Ventura. Okay? Under cross-examination, Ventura confirmed that she thought it was a little strange that he would be suggesting something sexual after what happened at the hotel. And then they put it in quote, "I felt that way from Friday," referring to their time at the hotel. Combs wrote, "What are you doing? Not a good vibe. We need a different vibe than Friday," Ventura wrote. F Friday, laugh out loud. Combs wrote, "I don't even want to do that again. LOL, true," Ventura responded. So she was even laughing. In the following messages, Combs referenced a card and told Ventura that he loved her. "Love you," Ventura responded. All right. We'll continue. The defense, okay, hold on. Ventura says Combs took her phone, passport, and other possessions when he was angry with her. So the defense brought up instances in which Cassie Ventura testified that Sean Diddy Combs had taken her phone after he suspected he was talking to other men. Ventura said Combs would also take other possessions like her passport or a watch when he was angry with her, and many times over other men she had dated over the years, Ventura confirmed. "If I was with anyone else beside him," she said, "I don't know what I would call it cheating. When you are not with somebody, it's not cheating. I feel like it's a technicality in a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship. We weren't married," Ventura testified. Defense attorney Anna Estavo asked Ventura if she remembered Combs taking her phone in 2013 after he suspected her of dancing with singer Chris Brown. Ventura said she didn't remember much about the incident besides the fact that I wasn't dancing with Chris Brown. In August 2016, Combs took her phone when he learned she was dating another man. She testified they weren't really together at the time and were not in a good place. They'd been in the car driving to a doctor's appointment, and when she unlocked her phone, Combs grabbed it and ran out of the car, leaving the scene. It's very jealous. Very, very jealous. Right? Very jealous. Right? Because you know what they do, right? So they monitor and too. Her mother called the police when she got home without her phone. Ventura said though she did eventually get her phone back from Combs later that day, she wasn't asked to expand on the police involvement. While Combs had her phone, he used it to call the NFL player she was seeing at the time. The player wasn't named. It continues. Jury hearing recording of Ventura threatening man who said he had sexually explicit video of her. The jury just heard recording that Cassie Ventura captured of a conversation she had with a man in Atlantic City in March 2014 after he said he had seen a sexually explicit video of her. Ventura addressed the incident in a direct testimony, telling the jury that Sean Diddy Combs pushed her to get to the bottom of the situation. In the recording, Ventura is heard threatening the man multiple times. I'm going to buy you. I'm going to kill you. If you can English. I am going to kill you and then he's gonna kill you again. That's referring to so Ventura is heard saying in the recording. So she too don't be pro. When you learn from the pro, what you expect, right? Whether there was actually a video or how the situation was resolved was not established in Ventura's testimony. Ventura testified that she believed a man had secretly taken a video of her and Combs during a freak-off. She was concerned about it and she said she told Combs, who said he had taken care of it. She testified. She confirmed that Combs was also concerned about sexually explicit videos of himself getting out. We continue. Combs and Ventura used an escort services that was featured on a TV show. An escort service that Sean Diddy Combs and Cassie Ventura used, Cowboys for Angels, was featured on a Showtime TV show called Jingolos. Ventura had been concerned that the escort she and Combs used might end up on the show and reveal their relationship. She confirmed when asked. Defense attorney Anna Estavo suggested that some of the escorts involved in the couple's freak-off were featured on the show. Ventura said she had seen the show, so she wasn't. Ventura said she's never seen the show, so she wasn't sure. We continue. Ventura says she sought inpatient treatment for mental health problems in 2023. Cassie Ventura testified she went to an inpatient treatment center in early 2023 for mental health problems. The program was 45 days and she said she began writing a book while she was there. Defense attorney Anna Estavo said the treatment center Willow House treats patients for sexual compulsion and love addiction. Ventura said she was not treated for those conditions while she was there. Ventura also confirmed she's taking buprenorphine since she was prescribed the medication for opiate addiction in 2022. We continue. Ventura says she was treated for PTSD. Okay, that's postpartum syndrome. Cassie Ventura is testifying about her time at a treatment center where she was seen for post-traumatic stress disorder (PTSD). She said Ventura confirmed that she participated in different kinds of therapy at the facility Willow House to treat her for PTSD, eye movement desensitization and reprocessing (EMDR), and somatic experiences. Where among the therapy she received, she testified, she said it helped recount memories and process them. Ventura described some of the treatment, saying if there was a time when you were getting beat up in a room and she couldn't walk out, she would reimagine it in a way where you were actually able to leave the room. Neurofeedback treatment was another therapy she experienced, Ventura said. They hook your brain up to a machine and you watch something and it just kind of regulates your brain waves. She said, adding that she got the treatment about 5 to 6 times. So they went on a break and then they came back. During C's message from Combs that references having freak off without drugs. Remember I talked about that, right? Because he said he wanted the freak off that didn't involve drugs, that the one that they remember is the best. All right, we'll continue. The jury was again shown a message Sean Diddy Combs sent to Cassie Ventura in January 2016. That's 2 months before the altercation, that was brought up previously on direct examination, in which he referenced having a freak off without taking ketamine. Ventura previously testified that the K referenced ketamine. I hate K, so you let me know when. Please, don't be mad and think that all I want to do, Combs said, according to the test. So that's what he said. He said, let me read it again. I hate K. Okay, that's the ketamine. I hate K, so you let me know when. Please don't be mad and think that all I want to do, Combs said, according to the test. A successful FO, that's freak off, is when we remember and we don't be fending to do it the right way, he continued. So as the jury is in short break, Sean Diddy Combs and Tony have left the room to try to get their exhibit in order. Combs is sitting by himself at the defense table. He asked a jury member of his legal team to adjust the monitor on the table so he can see the scene more clearly. Combs' sons and sister are present in the courthouse today. Cassie Ventura is wearing a pre-striped pantsuit. All right, so the jury, they come back from their break and the cross-examination continues, okay? Defense brings up 2010 test between Combs and Ventura. They dated for a very long time, my people. All right, let's continue. Defense attorney Anna Estavo brought up test exchanges from April 2010 between Sean Diddy Combs and Cassie Ventura about the freak-offs. The conversation had already come up during Ventura direct examination. She testified earlier this week that she was going to tell Combs she didn't want to have freak-offs anymore, but didn't because she saw how he reacted. The jury saw messages from over 3 days in April in which they discussed their relationship. Combs at one point said they needed to do some soul searching this time. Ventura said she was not feeling loved, to which Combs responded in part that, in quote, "You don't know what it is to take care of me." Here is an exchange from April 19, 2010. That's how many years ago? That's 15 years ago. So this is how the message went. So Ventura says, I want to talk to you about something tomorrow. Going to sleep. Love you. Combs answers, is he going to stress me out? What is it about? Ventura answers, freak off. It can wait. It's not a big deal. Combs replies, now you don't want to do it anymore? Oh, I already know. You're so predictable. Ventura, really? Okay, since that's definitely what it was, we will leave it at that then, since I'm so predictable. Have a good night. And Combs replies, whatever, baby. I'm not going to play no games with you, and you aren't gonna keep shutting me down. Ventura, I'm not shutting you down. I never do. If anything, it's always the other way around. I wasn't going to say I didn't want to do it anymore. All right. There's a tense atmosphere outside the courthouse where crowds of media and onlookers have gathered. A tense scene has been unfolding this week outside the downtown Manhattan courthouse where Sean Diddy Combs is standing trial on sex trafficking and racketeering conspiracy charges. All right. They are very passionate and they are very loud, she said. Nothing. Anyway, they're just trying to explain what is going on outside the courthouse. Because I know say reporters are outside, they are camping outside, like they're camping, I'm telling you. All right, Ventura says she doesn't hate Combs now. I have love for the past. Defense attorney Anna Estavo asked if Cassie Ventura hated Sean Diddy Combs now. And she answers, I don't hate him, Ventura testified. Do you still have love for him? Estavo asked. I have love for the past and what it was, Ventura said. Oh my God. Ventura and Combs tested about dating other people in September 2018. Okay, that was around the time they split up. Defense attorney Anna Estavo is now going through text messages Cassie Ventura and Sean Diddy Combs exchanged in September 2018 about rumors she has heard about him dating his yoga instructor. Ventura tested, I hear you are dating. I didn't know. Combs denied it, saying, I'm not dating. Dating who? I'm not dating. Ventura responded, maybe you have been going on dates all along. She later said, I actually need to stop even caring. Combs asked her, do you want to start dating? If you are, let's just talk about it. At this point, Ventura was already dating her now husband, she has testified. Ventura also testified yesterday that a month earlier in August 2018, she went to dinner with Combs for what she thought was a closure conversation. After the dinner, Combs drove her home and Ventura said he raped her in her home. Do you think that was rape? I think she liked his dick. That's what I think. Because I asked her, like, what, do you have any regret about the past? She said she didn't. With everything that happened, she said she didn't have any regret. That's what she said. Wow. Let me read it again. Maybe I didn't hear well. So this one happened in 2018. Okay. Ventura also testified yesterday that a month earlier in August 2018, she went to dinner with Combs for what she thought was a closure conversation. After the dinner, Combs drove her home and Ventura said he raped her in her home. So I have to quickly say something about that, right? So a lot of people, I don't know what you call closure, that you think, okay, you're breaking up with somebody or you want to just quickly go and see your ex. I've heard countless people talk about when they do that, what happens? The memories, especially when you people have been knocking, The memories are reunited, and in fact, 90% of the time, they end up sleeping with each other. But she is saying that she was raped, RAPE, by Combs that very fateful day. Remember, at this time, she was already dating a now then husband. Okay? That's good to know. All right, we continue. Jury hears more messages about their relationship. The jury heard further messages from September 2018, in which Sean Diddy Combs tells Cassie Ventura, I want you to love me. I need you to love me. I do love you. I would just prefer not being one of your girlfriend anymore. This is somebody that she said raped her. Okay? Jesus Christ. I do love you. I would just prefer not being one of your girlfriends anymore, Ventura responded, according to the text. In the messages, they both said they can't wait to see each other. Doesn't sound like RAPE. The next day, she and Combs saw each other and had sex. And now husband called her on FaceTime while she was with Combs, she confirmed. Let me read it again. Let me read that again, my people. See, women. The next day, she and Combs saw each other and had sex. And now husband called her on FaceTime while she was with Combs, she confirmed. Defense attorney Anna Estavio suggested that she told her husband that the encounter was actually when Ventura said Combs raped her. But that doesn't sound like rape. That wasn't the evening when I was raped, Ventura said on the stand. Okay, ma'am. Ventura texted Combs, I'm lost without you, in October 2018. All this while she was dating her current husband. Listen, in messages from early October 2018, Sean Diddy Combs told Cassie Ventura he was going to fall back and to call him when she needed him. Ventura responded that she wasn't sure how to handle things and said in part, I'm lost without you, according to the messages read out loud in court. So after this, the jury, they went on break and wow. So far, as at this time, this is what we have heard from Cassie Ventura case so far. Okay, so as at this time we were reporting, so I'm just going to read like a summary. So in what the judge had urged lawyers to make the final day of Cassie Ventura testimony, the prosecution star witness has continued to detail her relationship with Sean Diddy Combs and its effect on her life. Ventura Combs' ex-girlfriend and one of the accusers in the federal criminal trial is heavily pregnant, and the defense is trying to wrap up cross-examination on her fourth day of testimony to keep it from extending into next week. So they don't want it to come. They don't want it to enter next week. Here is what we have heard from Ventura so far as court takes a break. Okay, physical abuse. Ventura said she believes Combs was intoxicated, but said she couldn't objectively define whether he was in blackout when he dragged and kicked her on March 2016 assault, captured by hotel surveillance camera. I'm not a rag doll, I'm someone's child, Ventura wrote a few days later in a text to Combs that was shown to the jury today. Ventura also accused Combs of other controlling behavior, testifying that he would take her phone or passport when he was angry with her. More on Freak Up, the jury saw a text exchange in which Ventura said she was going to tell Combs she didn't want to participate in her drug-filled sex performances anymore, but ultimately didn't say so because of how he reacted. They also heard a recording of Ventura threatening a man in March 2014 after he said he had seen a sexual explicit video of her. Ventura feared it has been secretly recorded during a freak-off. Mental health treatment. Okay, she also talked about Ventura testified she went to an inpatient treatment center in 2023 for a mental health program including therapy for post-traumatic stress disorder. Current feelings towards Combs. The defense asked Ventura if she ate Combs, and this is her response, to which she said no. Asked if she still have love for him, Ventura said, I have love for the past and what it was. So even with the abuse and everything, she had love for that past. She has love for that memory with him. Timeline surrounding rape accusations. So other tests presented to the jury showed the pair going back and forth about dating and seeing other people in 2018. The defense asked questions about where those tests fell on their timelines of events that year after Ventura alleged that Combs raped her following an August 2018 dinner. All right, so we continue. All right, so they're just talking about why the defense may be asking about Ventura mental health treatment according to a former prosecutor. The defense may have been questioning Cassie Ventura about her mental health treatment to try to cast doubt on her recollection of events to the jury, but it is a slippery slope, a former prosecutor said. All right, so they're just kind of analyzing. Court is back from lunch break. The jury is in court, and the defense will continue to cross-examine Cassie Ventura. Okay, so Cassie defense tells Ventura a cross-examination is nearly finished. Defense attorney Anna Escobar greeted Cassie Ventura on the stand and told her the team is almost done with cross-examination. Okay, here's what we know about next step in the trial. Okay, before the jury re-entered the courthouse, attorney for the prosecution and defense discussed a few outstanding evidentiary issues with the judge. In discussing text messages the defense wants to bring in during the last bit of Cassie Ventura cross-examination, and Anthony Tenny Geragro says she expects Ventura's former best friend Kerry Morgan to testify very soon at the trial. Ventura testified that she has since spoken to Megan since their falling out over an incident with Sean Diddy Combs in 2018 when Combs struck her with a wooden hanger. Combs and Ventura both paid Morgan a sum of money over it, and the incident was also referenced in Ventura lawsuits. So, a friend who witnessed the abuse as well will probably also be called to come and take the stand. The defense cross-examination of Ventura is over. The defense is done with the cross-examination of Cassie Ventura. Assistant U.S. Attorney Emily Johnson is now questioning Ventura on redirect examination for the prosecution. Oh, for the prosecution, not the prosecution, for the prosecution. Voila. Okay, Combs reached out to Ventura after the split, testing that he missed her and hope she forgave him. That is still the manipulation. The victims had never left. If you keep accommodating them, they will still want to come back and continue, because it's a cycle, guys. It's a cycle. The jury is seeing some messages between Sean Diddy Combs and Cassie Ventura from different points in 2019 and even 2020. In messages from March and May 2019, Combs texts Ventura in parts, Sending you love. Congratulations, Case. I truly am happy for you. You are going to make a beautiful mother. God bless. So I guess that was the period probably she was pregnant and expecting a baby. Combs tested her according to messages read aloud in court. Ventura testified she was pregnant at that time, of course. Thank you. God bless, Ventura responded. In March 2020, Combs tested her in part. Miss my best friend. Hope you are well. Ventura responded that she hoped he was taking care of himself and hoped his family was well. Thank you so much for responding. It really means a lot more than you know. Combs responded in parts. Sending you nothing but love and light always. Please know I'm always here if you need me. You see, subtle openness. You understand? This is a woman, you know, she's already in a relationship. She's already pregnant. She's maybe probably had a baby already. But, you know, still trying to keep it open. Because if she open quick, she's ready to knock. You don't understand? In later messages, Combs told her that things had definitely been rough without your friendship. And it was nothing but love for you always. Ventura responded that she never hated him, that she wouldn't be at this beautiful point in her life without him. Combs responded in another lengthy response saying in part, and I read, tears of joy, I don't even know what to say. I hope you can forgive me. We are honestly lucky to be alive. God was watching over us. We were hard. Combs also said he was happy Ventura found some to love and respect her the way she deserved. He asked to set up a time for them to meet. As he wants to knock. Hey, Jesus Christ, man, that whole poem must be good. What? That's meant for you. That is meant for you. As far as you keep opening, they will keep doing. They're not the wrong. You see her? She was already, he knows, because of course, even while she was with him, they had open relationship. She was still sleeping with other men. So she knows what she's capable of. And she knows that she loves him and she has a soft spot. All he just needed is to be alone with her in that room, and he will definitely have his way with her. For sure. Because she has a weakness for him. It's obvious. His dick must be, what am I saying? His bola must be good. No black men. Forget. Leave that, you know. He said the man gets six children from different baby mamas. The guy in the fire. Forget. Anyway, Combs also said he was happy Ventura found. Okay, I already said that. And then he asked to set up a time for them to meet, adding, I send this message with all respect for your marriage. So at that time she was married with children, with kids, and maybe with a child. I don't know how many she had at that time. But the two never met after this conversation. I just wonder how the husband would feel. Okay. Ventura says she did not cancel tour because of 20 million settlement. Before cross-examination ended, Cassie Ventura confirmed to the defense that she, her husband, and their kids moved into her parents' Connecticut home in October 2023. Defense attorney Anna Estavo asked if they did that for financial reasons, but Ventura said they had just decided to move out of Los Angeles and were transitioning to live on the East Coast. Ventura confirmed she was preparing for a tour at that time. Estavo mentioned the civil lawsuit Ventura filed against Diddy Combs in 2023 and the settlement she received. When you saw you were going to get the 20 million, you cancelled the tour, Estavo said. That wasn't the reason why, Ventura responded. 20 million US dollars. I reserve my comments. Ventura testified there were times when Combs was kind, but those periods didn't last. Of course. That is the narcissist. They bombard you with love, and of course. Prosecutor Emily Johnson is asking Cassie Ventura about the messages the jury saw when she and Sean Diddy Combs expressed love for each other. Were those periods during which Sean was kind and loving? Johnson asked. Ventura testified they were. Did those periods ever last? Johnson asked. No, Ventura responded, adding, when Sean wasn't happy anymore, it affected everybody around him. When asked how his mood affected her, she said, they affected my whole life. She added, if Sean was in the mood for a freak off, my work would take the back seat, so that would mean my career not being paid attention to because I had to do other things. Ventura says Combs' mood impacted how she viewed herself. Cassie Ventura testified that Sean Diddy Combs' mood affected how she viewed herself. Throughout the relationship, I really just hung on a lot of his words and everything he said, trusted his life, his style, and everything that he was doing. So when he would put me down or make me feel lesser than, I was extra hard on myself. I was always on myself as it was, she said. There was good, but there was a lot of negative too. Prosecutor asked Ventura about instances when Combs said he couldn't remember abuse. Prosecutor Emily Johnson asked Cassie Ventura about times when Sean Diddy Combs said he didn't remember physically abusing her. Ventura said there were times that he blanked out and she could tell he was in that state. She also added there were times where he was pretty aware what he was doing. It's just who he was, she said. Asked what she meant by that, Ventura said she had seen him be violent with other people, but I knew the difference because I had been around it, she said. Combs' defense cross-examination of Cassie Ventura went as well as it could have gone, attorney says. Alright, so finally, the cross-examination of Cassie Ventura is now complete, with the government now handled the opportunity to question Ventura during its redirect. As for how the defense may feel about his cross-examination of Ventura Combs' former girlfriend and one of his accusers, Anthony Renato Stable, who is now affiliated with the case, thinks it went about as well it could have gone. Okay, we're just analyzing the case. All right. So Ventura says she felt like basically a sex worker and her other job stunted her music career. So prosecutor Emily Johnson is asking Cassie Ventura about her testimony that Sean Diddy Combs stunted her music career. Ventura recalled that she couldn't do many of the things I wanted to because of her participation in Combs' freak off. I had a whole other job, she testified. Johnson asked what that job was, and Ventura replied, basically a sex worker. The judge granted a defense motion to strike that response from the record. That's the sex worker. Oh my God, yeah, because she was being used, and in return, being with him, right? So she basically was an employee of Diddy Combs, as far as I'm concerned, allegedly. The judge granted, the jury was also shown a 2012 test trend between Ventura and someone involved
in her management team about an opportunity. Is Puff okay with you doing a common video? The text read, using a nickname for Combs and rephrasing the popular rapper Common. I don't know. If Puff says no, laugh out loud, Ventura replied. She later followed up to confirm that Combs had said no to PID. Ventura signed a 10-album deal with Combs record label, but only one album was released, she testified earlier this week. So this is the defense now, right? They are asking her questions again. So prosecutor Emily Johnson is revisiting several pieces of testimony that Cassie Ventura was grilled on during her cross-examination, including the first time a man told her he had a sexually explicit video of her. On redirect, Ventura testified that she was feeling pressure from Sean Combs, who had directed her to not let the man out of her sight. He just tested me quite a bit, called me quite a bit about it, so I felt like I had to handle it, she said. Johnson also revisited the defense suggestion that Ventura was inconsistent in her account about when Combs allegedly RAPE her in 2018. So Johnson asked her, do you have any doubt that Sean RAPE you? She answers no, Ventura said. And the prosecutor asked Ventura about her testimony that she did not cancel a 2023 tour because of the monetary windfall from a civil lawsuit against Combs. The defense earlier suggested the incoming money was the reason for Ventura cancelling, which she denied. Asked by the prosecution, Ventura said the actual reason was because she felt overwhelmed from addressing the past the way I chose to. It was just quite overwhelming, and I didn't want to be away from my kids at that time. I didn't want to go, she said. Yeah, because it was very traumatic, you know, because a lot of people didn't know what happened, and boom, that's leaked video. And of course, she went through a lot that period. So I don't really blame her, you know. Okay, the defense is back up with new questions. All right, prosecutor Emily Johnson is finished with redirect, and defense attorney Anna Estavo is up again for a recross. All right, so Cassie Ventura is still on the stand. Estavo is focused on Ventura's testimony that she feared Combs would leave her if she refused the freak-off. Estavo asked her to confirm that she understood that part of being Combs' girlfriend meant having to do freak-offs. Ventura said, I will say I learned over time. Bursting into tears, Ventura said she had given her 20 million settlement if she never had to do freak-offs. that had nothing to do with the freak-off, you know. That had nothing to do with it. That was just her suing, you know, for the thing that happened in the hallway in that hotel. So prosecutor Emily Johnson is asking Cassie Ventura about the lawsuit she settled with Sean Diddy Combs in 2023. Ventura testified she got 20 million in that settlement. Johnson asked Ventura if she had give the money back if it meant she never had to endure freak-off. I mean, what's the use of that kind of question? She don't collect money, she don't spend that. I'd give that money back if I never had to have freak-offs, Ventura said. Bursting into tears, Ventura continued, if I never had to have freak-offs, I would have had agency and autonomy. Audibly upset, Ventura said, and I wouldn't have had to work so hard to get it back. Ventura says she was able to break ties with Bad Boy Records but had to fight to get out of her contract. Defense attorney Anna Estavo asked Cassie Ventura to confirm that Sean Diddy Combs let her out of her recording contract when their relationship ended. "I had to fight my way out of the contract," Ventura said, but acknowledged that eventually she was able to break ties with Bad Boy Records. Defense asked Cassie Ventura about high-level music industry contacts she made through Combs. Defense attorney Anna Estavo is asking Cassie Ventura about the access she had to high-level contact in the music industry because of her relationship with Sean Diddy Combs. Combs' defense attorney asked Ventura to confirm musical collaborations she did over the years with artists including Nicki Minaj, Kid Cudi, Rick Ross, and Pusha T. Alright, so that was the end. Cassie Ventura has finished testifying. Prosecutors and defense attorney are taking a quick break before the next witness.